Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 1063 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today I'm going to give you another one of our many phone tip episodes. You know, I use iPhone, but a lot of these same features can be had on Android. I just don't know how to do them. So you just look up the idea on your Android if you don't have an iPhone and figure out how to do it. There's probably a YouTube video on it somewhere. Now, to get to a lot of our other episodes on phone tips, you go to screwthecommute.com/training and then search that page for the word phone. Usually it's Control F on a PC or Command F on a Mac, and just type in the word phone and it'll bring up all the other episodes. Most of them are very short, but very powerful. You can learn how to be lightning fast. I mean, you're on your phone all day anyway. Might as well figure out how to do it more efficiently. Okay, so let's see. Pick up a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. Make sure you get version 3.0. That's the latest. Check out my mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com and my school at imtcva.org, certified to operate by Chev. All right, let's see. The first one is kind of cool. This is called Flash Selfies. See, and one other thing I got to tell you, for years, people would say, well, turn on your front camera or your back camera. And I was like, I can't remember which is which. So I finally made myself a little mind trick, and this might help you too, is that if I'm holding the camera or if I'm holding this phone and looking at it, it's right in front of my face. And so that's the front camera. It's the one with all your icons and that you work on usually. The back camera is the one that's got the multiple lenses and there's nothing else back there except another flash. All right. So the front camera is the one that's right in front of your face. Okay. So keep that in mind. Hope that helps you. That's probably going to help more people than anything I've ever done. Figure out which is the front camera. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Your back camera, your normal camera for taking photos, has an obvious little round thing that's your flash, okay? And you turn it on. If you don't know how to turn it on, just swipe up from the bottom of your camera screen. Sometimes you can hold your finger in the top right of the screen and it opens up a menu. So anyway, you get your camera, and your camera is either on, off, or auto. Sometimes you just see a little A for auto. But we want to have a flash for selfies in case we're in a darker environment or at night. We want a flash on the other side. And you look around and you say, well, there isn't any flash on the front side of the camera. It's only on the other side. Well, that's not correct. There is a flash there. And wait to hear how it works. So as long as your flash is turned on, auto or on, if it's on auto and you don't need the flash, you won't get the flash. But what happens is on an iPhone, when you go ahead and take the selfie, the screen turns white. The whole screen turns white. That is your front flash. And then it takes the picture. So it can be pretty dark outside and you'll still get a nice selfie using the front flash. So that's how it is. It's just the screen turns white, lights up your face while the camera is taking a picture. There we go. All right. The next tip is I get buried with notifications all day long right on my lock screen of my phone. And it's sometimes it's a pain in the neck, and sometimes I don't want to hear from that particular one ever. And sometimes I don't want to hear from a particular place that's sending me notifications just today, or it's bothering me right now because I'm busy doing something. So all you have to do is go to the notification and swipe left. Now don't swipe left too hard because it'll just fly off the screen. All right. Just swipe left and you'll get two little buttons. One says options and the other says clear. So just click options, and then you'll get other options that say mute for 1 hour or mute for today, or add to contacts if you want them to actually, if it's something you really are interested in, want to be in touch with. Or it'll actually take you to view settings. So you can set all the settings for that particular notification for that particular app. Now, if you turn it off and like forever, you don't really turn it off forever here. If you turn it off for an hour, it'll start, if they send you one in an hour and a half, it's going to show up. If you just turn it off for today, it'll go back to being on tomorrow. But if you go, if you don't want it ever again, you do have to go into the settings. So you view settings and then go through that thing to get to that app and then turn off its notifications. Anyway, that's a handy way to mute them or get them out of your face temporarily. Or if you just get sick of them totally, you can click view settings and go there and turn them off totally. All right, so we have flash selfies. We got turn off notifications right from your lock screen, which is very convenient compared to going deep into settings and looking through 100 apps and all that stuff. All right, the next one is very, very powerful in that it's called, and what it does is it tells people that you got where you're supposed to go safely. It's called the check-in function. And I'm not going to give you exact directions because you probably need to watch a video on this. Just type in check-in feature on iPhone. But I will tell you what it does for you. So it's part of your messaging, your text app, and it has to go iPhone to iPhone. So it doesn't work for people that have Androids. But what you do is there's a plus sign next to the message that gives you a lot of options on things that you can send as your text. If you scroll down far enough, you'll see check-in, or if it doesn't show up, go clear to the bottom and click more and it'll be there. And what it does is it tells that contact person that you're sending this to, and I'm pretty sure you could send it to multiple contacts too, of where you're going and how you're going to get there. Are you driving? Are you walking? Whatever. How long you expect to get there. And then it has a message of what to do if you don't get there, if you don't give them the idea that you got to that location. And you actually put the location in, so the iPhone recognizes the location and sends the message for you automatically. At least that's what I understand. And so that's very powerful so that somebody's keeping an eye on you as you're supposed to be going somewhere. And if you change your mind, then you have to turn it off and, go ahead and text them that you changed your mind and you're going somewhere else. So you don't want people freaking out if you forget or if you go somewhere else and don't tell them about it. So that's the check-in app. Very, very, very powerful to keep you safer anyway. All right, so there's some phone tips. Remember, if you want a whole load of these, I got ones that'll you'll be lightning fast on your iPhone and your Android. Many of these things will do on Android too. I don't know how to do them. But go to screwthecommute.com/training and then either Control F on a PC or Command F on a Mac and put in the word phone. And I think we have like 25 episodes with 3 or 4 of these tips in each one. All of them I've deemed extremely important for people in business. So there you go. And check out my school at imtcva.org. You'll, instead of spending $200,000 to go to a 4-year college and learn how to protest and then compete for jobs at Starbucks, you can have a highly in-demand career in as little as 6 months. And we've had people making money before they even graduate. So that's imtcva.org. And if you're in my mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, you get a scholarship to my school that you can gift to someone or use it yourself for extra training. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later.